Alright, so I'm going to do something fairly quick and easy tonight that can sit in the fridge for a few days and be used and made into things later, which is quite handy. Prepped my spices. I've got some garlic, some cinnamon. See, I don't put the same things in the jars. I like jars I can get a spoon into. So I haven't taken the labels off these, but it's different things in the jars than what it actually says. So I've got some red pepper flakes, tomato puree, garlic, paprika, ground cumin and ground cinnamon in here in varying quantities, mainly about 2 teaspoonfuls of each apart from the garlic and the cumin, which are 1. And I am going to put that lot through some dry fried lamb mince with probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons, probably about half of what's in that tube of tomato puree on the hob. So I've got 20% fat lamb mince, which is why I'm quite happy dry frying it, because this will break down quite quickly. Won't take too long, and then I'll put the spices into it once it breaks down a bit. We'll just keep giving that a going over. And I've got my little helper. Yeah, my forehead's right there. See? This is my cloudy cat, isn't it? My lovely boy. He doesn't get up on the table out of the surfaces, but he does sit on a chair and help, don't he? You good boy, yeah. Yeah, you're ruined. I'm ruined, aren't I? Yes. So you can see my lamb mince is starting to render a bit, so I'm just going to tip these spices in here, some things in there. Some oregano would be good in there too, actually. And just dry fry that off before it breaks down. You're a good boy. Just sat there watching, aren't we? Does it smell good? You'd quite like some of this, wouldn't you? Well, I'm also going to add this. This is homegrown dried oregano from the summer at the garden. Because why not? And some salt. And then I'm going to put some pepper in. I need 2 hands for a minute, you need to excuse me. So I've just put the black pepper in there, and now the tomato puree. I just finished cooking that down. Really doesn't take too long. It takes on a good colour. It smells brilliant because there's lots of spices in there. It's incredibly rich, so you don't need much of it, and a little bit goes a long, long way. See, that's starting to look really nice now. It's all broken down. It's cooked through. I am going to use a slotted spoon and drain that off and put it in a bowl and reserve the oils. So my stove that's in the kitchen is going quite nicely. I'm just going to push that back, break this down so we've got some nice chunky Edinburgh. You see? So I've got a couple of aubergines here, and I'm just going to put a cut in my aubergines. I always slice my aubergines because if you don't slice aubergines and you're going to put them in the wood burner, they get bigger and they can't let the steam out. So they expand almost like polystyrene, but then they go boom and explode. Really want exploding aubergines. So over to the wood burner. This is what you call dirty cooking. So I have got hot chunky red embers, and yeah, I'm putting my aubergines straight on the coals. My air is down. This has got the DEFRA lock on, so it's down to minimum, but hot enough to keep the inside burning nice and clean. And we'll just keep an eye on those. Not too worried about the bottom, but the top will be fantastic. There's an intense heat in there, and you'll see them starting to open up a bit on the top already with where we cut them, which is exactly why my lovely little munchkin is just sitting there quite content because he likes sitting with me in the kitchen. And he's the other side of the table, well out from the table, because it is too hot for him next to the fire. He's mainly an outdoor cat. He likes staying out, but he also likes the good boy. Yeah. wash my hands and drain off that lamb mince. Oh, your sleeve. Every 2 or 3 minutes, just give that aubergines a turn. I'm going to stick my garlic in there as well. See, no burning. Roasted garlic cooked in the wood burner is one of the best things that you will ever cook. It's just fab. And the paper outer will go all burny, crispy, but what's inside won't. Pretty much the same with the aubergines. I mean, there's plenty of heat in there. If I wake it up, pull the air open, and I don't want it hot, you can see there's lots of chunky red timber, and I've still got some fuel in there. So, you know, that'll burst back into life in a minute, but I don't really want it to, so I'm going to turn the air down. We're just looking for a fairly low and slow, but good chunky red timber, kind of barbecue like. So this isn't my permanent stove for the kitchen. This is an aspect 8, but I do quite like it. It's not my permanent bench. I want a big wider one, and I'm waiting on a burner coming in that's not launched yet. That will just be a bit wider for in the kitchen. This is a big stove. It's not all about the size of it. It's just, it's a big open room with lots of doorways in a really old farmhouse. So, and I like cooking in stove, so I wanted a big fire in the kitchen. I'm actually kind of hot, but I have been in front of it for ages, just piddling about tonight. It's nice and clean, it's not dirty, it's all ticking along nicely. My garlic, as you will see, backwards, it's just doing nice. Give that 5 minutes and come back to it while I do something. Alright, so video stand. 2 cans, that'll do nicely. So, lemons, one of the nicest things you can ever cook on a barbecue, and awesome in a wood burner. I'm just going to half these because we're going to cook them off in there, and they're going to all caramelise on the surface and go so juicy. You won't believe the amount of flavour or fragrance or taste that you can get out of a simple lemon. So we'll stick them in there as well. Prime the door, give it a few seconds before we open it so we don't make a big mess. And as you see, those aubergines have been in there a good wee while now, but they're coming on nicely. No trouble, don't be scared of wood burners. I'll stick them a couple of bits of lemon in, huh? Believe it or not, those aubergines have actually been in my stove for a good 15 minutes, according to the clock on my mobile. And they're now nicely wrinkly and just about cooked through. I think they could do with another 5 minutes. I'm going to take one out and show you. People think cooking in the wood burner means you're going to cremate everything, but it doesn't. I mean, that's looking really nice and squashy now. And charred on the outside a little bit, but not too much. I'll turn my garlic round. Lemons are doing fine. As I say, this is a low heat. Once you learn how to control your fire, there's loads you can cook in it. Loads and loads and loads you can cook in it. In so many different ways. This is a big stove, but that doesn't matter. You could do it in a small stove because this is dirty cooking directly on top of the fuel. And fire's flavour. And to me, that's why I want a fire in my kitchen, because it's not heat, it's the flavour. And cooking and fire is my life. And my kitchen's far from finished yet. My house is far from finished yet. It's a bit of a renovation project. But do you know what? When I am at home, which isn't very much at the minute and this time of year, this is what I like to do. So to give you an idea, Saturdays are mayhem. All week is mayhem. I don't think I've been home much before midnight any day this week. Yeah, including last night. And then today, shop is really busy on a Saturday. And by the time shop is done on a Saturday, I am shattered. So my husband usually picks me up from work because otherwise I don't leave. And he drives me out somewhere and we go for coffee. And I fall asleep like a toddler. And I am so shattered when I get home, I go to sleep. I quite literally go into my blue room and crash out in front of the fire on the sofa and go to sleep. What happens after that? Well, everybody else is now going to bed, including the cat. I've not even yet had any dinner and it's after 12 at night, and I'm kind of making tomorrow's dinner and just piddling about in the kitchen doing what I like to do because I'm an utter night owl, and I am now full of beans again because I've had more sleep this afternoon than in a whole night during the week, and that's only about 3 or 4 hours. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my aubergines out and then put my grill in. I'm going to put my Hellfire grill in the fire and do something else. I'll use this for prep for later. So my garlic is looking fabulous. And there's 1 aubergine and 2 aubergines. And some lemon. This is our large Hellfire grill set that I designed for putting in wood burners. We also have a smaller size, and to be perfectly honest, I probably use the smaller size more than the large. But what I'm going to do now is just put my grill in there, and using my pusher, pull those hot red embers underneath my large grill and put some more wood. I've got some short bits of whiskey oak barrel wood tonight, just because that breaks down quite quickly, produces a lot of heat, gives us a controllable heat, and we'll stick that to the side. And that'll catch up. We'll open the air vent. Just so that wood catches up nicely. There we go, that'll do. And then I'm going to put my pizza stone in. This is a pizza stone that's made to fit the large size Hellfire grill set. I do also have a smaller one. We'll put that in there to warm up. I've gone 3 beans high this time. So here is our aubergine. So as you can see, just so you can see what it's like, it's all lovely and juicy, and the skin is going to be easy to come off. So this is easy to peel for dips or chop up into other things. And you can literally just peel the skin out the inside. It's not ashy, there's nothing on it, it's as clean as a bell. It's got far more flavour than if it was baked in the oven because it's smoky from being in the fire. This is still really hot. You can probably see the steam coming off. Actually, I wonder if I have a thermometer that I can show you this is still really hot. A thermometer. Right, okay. So we will switch that on, room temperature being 21.6. And this aubergine's been out the fire now for a couple of minutes at least. We're going up, it's still at 72, 73, 74. Alright, so we're about 74 degrees centigrade on the aubergine at the moment, after it's been out for a few minutes. So I'm just going to peel all that off the outside. and then that will cut through beautifully because it's lovely and soft. You see? So if you like roasted aubergines, they're beautiful done like this. There is no oil added. The one thing that I often find with aubergines is they can get really oily. But we've got enough oil in our drained lamb mince anyway to be able to put some of that through. So what we're going to do with that then, let's see. So here's my garlic. You can see all the papery stuff's just coming off the outside all nicely. Here's my roasted garlic within. And it's just really nicely cooked. And take that bit off the outside. There we are here, yeah. So what I plan to do is just mush up that garlic and then spread some lightly onto my mini tortilla. Okay, now this is just a small dessert spoon I've got. We don't need to go too heavy on this sort of stuff. You just don't. So we're going to put some of that lamb mince. Oops. On there. And then I will have some of the aubergine, oops, like so, and I have got some coriander, because I love coriander. I would cake everything in coriander. I know it's a love or hate thing, and some people think that it tastes like washing up liquid, but if you like coriander, this one might be for you. I'm just going to wash my hands off on the top. And then I've got a small cube of cheese, and I am going to grate some cheese lightly over the top of this. So you could leave it kind of like a pizza, or you could do it like a quesadilla, I think they call it, and put another one on top. I just finished that off in the wood burner. Now we could do with a bit more cheese. I don't tend to eat bread. I've been on a no carb diet, but you know what? It's Saturday night and I've been good and not had bread stuff all week. So I fancy a little bit of a treat, and a mini wrap's not going to kill me. So you can do two, but I think I'll do just one and move that out to the edges and cover the edges nicely. Actually, I've changed my mind and I think I'll do two. So I'll put that one in there and then put another one on top, and we'll put that in the wood burner. There we go. See, that's in there. Now that stone's really quite hot, and these are already cooked, unlike my raw pizza dough. So it really won't take very long, but the ingredients are already hot. So we'll just give that maybe a minute at the most, and then I'm going to flip it and do the other side. And that will toast off the bottom nicely. Now I don't know if you can see without me getting my phone too hot, that cheese is already melting and going nice and ooey gooey. Now you put you back up. Have that open. Tortilla is nicely toasted. See, that's the bottom one that's now on the top. So I'd say that is likely ready to come out, and I just need to shuggle the top back over onto the bottom. But look at that, isn't it amazing? Got a nice little sharp knife. You can hear my tortillas have gone all nice and crispy. we've got. Crispy, crunchy, packed full of flavour. Enough meat in the actual meat itself without having to add anything extra. So yeah. And there's plenty of that meat left to make at least another half dozen of those. So if you like a tapas type meal, or you want a quick shove off during the week, even having some already made chili con carne and shoving it in wraps and heating it up in the fire. There's so many things that you can do. It doesn't have to be difficult. Anyway, hope you enjoyed tonight's cooking session in Sarah Jane's kitchen.